Okay, so these are one type of questions that you get for the PNG online assessment, and this is basically a very easy question because you have only two sets, and the idea of these kind of questions is to match the output after the operator from the input. So here you have four different colors with four different shapes. Here you have the output with four different colors and four different shapes. So this is the operator. So for an example, if you take this operator, saying that the first element of the output, the first element of the should be the first element of the input. So number one here corresponding to the red of the input, and in here the second element of the output, in here it should be the fourth element of the input. So the output should be red and yellow, and here the third element of the output should be the third element of the input. So the third element of the output should be green. So it's for this operator, but this is not the correct answer for this one because we have a given output value here and given input value here. So let's try this one. So the first input should be red, which is correct, and the second output should be green, which is also correct, and the third output should be yellow, correct, and the final one should be the second one, is blue. So the correct answer is this one. All right, and let's take this one. So the first element should be the second element of the input, blue. This is not correct. So you can cut these two answers and only select the first one. All right. So this seems like kind of time consuming. So the easiest way to get the answer is draw the vertical lines from output to input. So in here you draw the first line to match the color. So this is the first one. So your answer should start with 1 because it matches the first element of the input. And second line is the third element. So your answer should be 1 3. So there's only one option that starts with 1 3. So this is your correct answer. So sometimes it's easy just to peek at the answer while you are drawing the lines, because sometimes if you only have let's say you have 2 4 1 2 here and you have 3 2 something, and since you already know it should start with 1, you just select this answer without looking at the others one. So if you continue this one, you will see, so this is fourth one, so this is 4, this is 2. So that's how you get the answer. All right, so let's go to another question. All right, all right, so this is a new question. Okay, in here, so quickly let's do this. So in here you draw 1 3, so the only answer that starts with number 3, so this should be your answer. Remember, you have to spend less than 15 seconds on each of these questions, otherwise you won't be able to go to the higher levels, and you have to be accurate also, otherwise there is no point of going to higher levels. Okay, so this is the correct answer. We can continue doing this. One is 2 4. So this is the correct answer. All right, okay, now let's go to another question. Okay. Let me clear these things. Okay, so this is a new question. This one is also easy. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is 2, this is 1. Okay, so this is your answer because this one is starting with 2, this one is also starting with 2. So initially you can disregard this one, but you have to differentiate from one of these two. So this one is first 2, this one is 1, so 2 1. So this will be your answer. If you continue, this is the 4, So this is your correct answer. Right, so go to next question. All right, so this is kind of different because now you have two operators in here. Clear this screen one more time. Okay, now you have two operators in here. The first one is in here. Now there is a second one. This is where you have to select the answer. The first one is already given. So in these kind of questions, it's kind of tricky because you have to either write it down or memorize the output in here. But writing the output might take some time, so I highly recommend to memorize at least two colors. You don't need to memorize all the colors. Just remember the first two colors. So in here, this is asking 2, 3, 4, 1. So the input has to be arranged in this order. So 2, so this is yellow. 3 is green. 4 is red. Actually, you don't need the other color. All right. Okay, now from the same method that we use for the level 1 questions, you draw the arrow. So this should start with number 2. So we have two different answers. Its answer started with number 2. So you can cut the middle one, and the blue is the one that we didn't draw. So this should be your answer, 2, 4, 3, 1. And if you continue, you will see. So this is 1. Sorry, this is 3, and this is 1. So that's how you get the answer. All right. Okay, so let's go to another question. Okay, the similar kind of question. Let's see. Okay, in here you have 2, 4, 3, 1. 2 means yellow, green, red. You don't need the blue one. Okay, green is number 2, so everything is starting with number 2, so you need to draw the other line. Red is number 3, so this one is the only thing that starts with number 3, so this should be your answer. If you continue, you will see 1 and 4, so this is your answer. All right. Okay, so let's go to level 6 question. Okay, so this is one of the other example. Oh, this one is backward actually. All right, so in here also you have two operators, but the bottom one is even. Now you have to select the top operator. So in here you have to start from the bottom, because the top one it's kind of tricky, but if you start from the bottom, it's easy. So basically what you have to do is put the numbers like here, 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay, now rearrange this 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So you put colors in here. So this is green, blue, red, and yellow. Right, so I put green over here, blue over here, red over here, yellow over here. You have to do everything by in your head, otherwise you will run out of time. All right, so now in the same way, draw the line. This is second, everything is so the first one starting with second, the second one is also starting with second, and we can disregard this one, and the second one is blue, so 2, 4, so the middle one should be your answer. Right, and if you continue, you will see. So if you continue, you will, the red one is number 1, so 2, 4, 1. Okay, all right, so let's go to another question. This is 7, a similar kind of question. In here can do the same. So 2 3 4 1. So you write the numbers here. So colors, sorry, red, green, blue, yellow, right? So red, number 1 is here, number 2 green is here, number 3 blue is here, number 4 yellow is here. Now you draw the arrows. This one is red, so everything starting with number 2. To draw at least one more, and 4. You have two answers starting with 2 4. Okay, third line, blue is 1, so this is your answer. 2 4 1 3. This is your answer. Right? Okay, go to next question. Okay, now in here you have 3 operators. This one is kind of tricky because you have to apply 2 operators and then you have to select the correct operator. So in here you probably need to have to write it down. I don't know if you memorize everything, but I highly recommend you to write it down. So in here we can write it down: yellow, red, green, blue. And in here again yellow, because it's asking the first one, and green, blue, red. Now you draw the line. So the answer should start with number 4. So I think this is the only answer. Let me for a moment. Yeah, so this should be your first, this should be your answer. You don't need to check everything, but if you want we can compare. The blue should be here, number 3, yellow should be number 1, green should be, so this is your answer. 4 3 2. Right, let's go to level 9. So in here, so what happened here was, like, the person who was doing this exam or the assessment answered the previous questions in a wrong way, so that's why it's going back to a level down. Even though you are going up in level, the difficulty of the questions goes down. So in here we are back to the previous difficulty level. So in here, as I told you before, you write it down: 1 3 4 2. Now you are writing the colors. This is green and blue, red, yellow. Right, now you draw the lines. 1, so this should be your answer. You don't need to check others, but if you want, so this should be your, if you want we can try. 3 4 and 2. You see, you don't need to draw all the lines if you have like limited number of options. Right, let's go to next level. Okay, so again it's the kind of thing. Let's do this. Okay, here we write 3 2 4 1. So number 1 is yellow, number 2 is red, number 3 is green, number 4 is blue. Now you draw a line. The yellow is 2. Yellow is 2, so these 2 can be your answer. Number 2 is the red is number 4, so still these 2 can be your answer. Number the green is number 1. So this is your answer. You can draw this down. So if you continue, you will see number 3. So the first one is yours. And let's go to the other question. Let's see how many levels this guy is going. Actually, this is not my assessment. I just download something from just to show you guys. Okay, so now he is correct. So the difficulty increases a little bit. Okay, in here, as I said before, here you need to write the colors down. So this color red here, yellow here, green here, the blue. Right? After the second operator, now the green is here, blue is here, red is here, yellow is here. Okay, I just want to make sure I did. Okay, all right. So now you draw the lines. Red is number 3. You draw a line, number 3. And so it should be this answer or this answer. The second one is blue, so it's number 2. So this should be your answer. 3, 2, 4, 1. If you draw number 2, yellow is number 4. See, number 1, 3, 2, 4. That's your answer. All right. So let's go to another question. I don't think. Yeah, we went to the other level. Okay. Okay, now in here you have 3 operators, 1, 2, 3, but you have to guess the middle one. In these kind of questions, I also recommend you to write it down because otherwise it's difficult. So in here, so you write it down: yellow, second and third one is red, green, blue. Right, now you do the backward. So 1, 3, 4, 2. Now you order the colors. So this should be red, blue, and this should be green, yellow. Now you cross it. So when you cross it, this is number 2. So the answer should start with number 2. It can be either this one or this one. Cross this out. And the blue, number 4. So this is your correct answer. If you continue, you will see number 3, number 1. So this is your correct answer. Right? So I think that's pretty much about all the questions that he got. I think he ran out of time. Yeah, he ran out of time. All right. So after this, I will put some examples. So those examples was so this example I made those examples, so you can try it out. I will leave 15 seconds between each questions, so you can write your answer somewhere, or you can you can write your answer somewhere and compare at the end. I will put the answers at the end. And okay, let's see.